Good evening, and thank you for joining us on Worldview Channel 247. Tonight we bring you a comprehensive report on the tragic crash of Air India flight AI171, a Boeing 7878 Dreamliner, which claimed hundreds of lives and left communities around the world in mourning. At 14:32 IST on 12th of June, flight AI171 departed Ahmedabad Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel International Airport bound for London Heathrow with 242 souls on board, 230 passengers and 12 crew members. Registration VTANH, barely 30 seconds into its climb, suddenly pitched nose down instead of ascending. At approximately 190 meters above ground and traveling nearly 145 meters per second, the jet slammed into a student dormitory of BJ Medical College in Meghaninagar, igniting a massive fireball that reduced both aircraft and building to smoldering ruins. One photograph has come to embody this heartbreak, a cabin selfie taken at 0037 on board by Dr. Pratik Joshi, a London-based radiologist showing his wife, Dr. Komal Joshi, formerly of Udaipur District Hospital, beaming alongside their 5-year-old twins, Arjun and Ayanya, and their 8-year-old daughter, Dia. That image, brimming with hope and joy as they embarked on a new life in the UK, now serves as their final goodbye. Kamal had resigned her post to reunite with Pratik abroad. This flight represented their fresh start. Instead, it became a tragic end. All 5 perished on impact, their dreams extinguished in an instant. Back in Udaipur, the Joshi family home has transformed into a place of pilgrimage. Neighbors and friends leave flowers, candles, and folded paper cranes in their courtyard. Najan Joshi, Pratik's cousin, told reporters they were the pride of our community. Dedicated professionals, loving parents, and warm-hearted neighbors. To see that happy photo now, it feels like a cruel joke of fate. Hey, Kamal is remembered for organizing free medical camps in rural villages. Pratik for volunteering at cancer charities whenever he visited India. Grief counselors are providing support to relatives overwhelmed by this sudden loss. Meanwhile, rescue and recovery operations at Meghaninagar continued well into the night. Hundreds of firefighters, soldiers, and volunteers battled intense heat to extinguish deep-seated fires within the wreckage. Using thermal imaging cameras and sniffer dogs, they combed through the debris field spanning over 500 meters, searching for survivors. By dawn on 13th of June, at least 204 bodies had been recovered. Forensic teams working around the clock are using DNA sampling, dental records, and personal effects to identify victims. Authorities warn the death toll may rise as more remains emerge from the twisted metal. This Boeing 787-8 had logged over 12,000 flight hours since its delivery in 2015, powered by 2 General Electric GEnx engines, known for both efficiency and reliability. Its safety record was unblemished, with routine maintenance checks completed without open discrepancies at departure. The cockpit was commanded by Captain Sumit Chauhan, 45, with 8,200 flight hours, and First Officer Clay Kunda, 34, with 100 hours. Both were respected for their professionalism and calm demeanor. Pre-flight weather briefings indicated clear skies and mild tailwinds, with no significant bird strike warnings, though radar data noted migratory flocks near Thal Lake. Within hours, the Directorate General of Civil Aviation, DGCA, assembled an expert panel to investigate. They have focused on 4 potential scenarios. Bird strike. Ahmedabad Airport lies within 12 kilometers of Thal Lake Bird Sanctuary, a staging ground for waterfowl. Retired Air India Captain Saurav Bhatnagar reviewed bystander video showing flocks of egrets and starlings near takeoff. He suggests a dual-engine ingestion could have instantly robbed both engines of thrust, forcing an uncontrollable descent. Engine or mechanical failure. Boeing and GE specialists are examining maintenance logs for signs of hydraulic faults or sensor malfunctions. Aviation safety consultant Collector John Davidson, a former U.S. Air Force pilot, warns that cascading mechanical issues at low altitude can leave crews with virtually no recovery time. Flapping trim misconfiguration, incorrect takeoff flap or stabilizer trim settings, especially under a full fuel, and passenger load can severely degrade lift. Investigators are combing through ground crew logs and cockpit warnings to see if any anomalies were recorded. Severe wind shear or microbursts, the monsoon season over Gujarat, can spawn abrupt downdrafts and wind shifts. While radar returns appeared mostly benign, microbursts can evade early detection, delivering a sudden, forceful blow to a climbing jet. Both the flight data recorder and cockpit voice recorder were recovered intact and sent to the AAIB in New Delhi. Experts hope these black boxes will reveal every second of engine performance, control surface positions, autopilot engagement, and cockpit communications leading up to the crash. Prime Minister Narendra Modi expressed his deep anguish on Platform X, pledging government support for the victims' families. The UK Foreign Office has established a 24-hour helpline at +44 20 7008 $5,000 for British nationals. Portugal and Canada have also issued consular alerts confirming the loss of 7 and 1 citizens, respectively. Amid the devastation, there was one extraordinary survival. 38-year-old Ramesh Speed Kumar Buchavada, seated in 11A near the left-wing route, emerged from the wreckage with burns and a lacerated arm. Bystander footage shows him crawling from the destroyed cabin, then being guided by paramedics to safety. He is recovering in Civil Hospital Ahmedabad and is expected to survive. In an initial statement, he described a violent jolt, then darkness awakening amid heat and twisted metal. His eyewitness account may prove crucial to understanding the final moments on board. At the crash site, the Gujarat State Disaster Management Authority set up a family assistance center. Psychologists, social workers, and consular officers from the UK, Portugal, and Canada are on hand to support relatives flown in from across the globe. Temporary mortuary tents function as identification hubs, while forensic teams conduct DNA, dental, and fingerprint analyses to accelerate the process. Authorities have also ordered the immediate grounding of all 787-8 Dreamliners in the Air India fleet. Pending thorough engine and systems inspections, Boeing and GE have dispatched senior investigators under the auspices of the U.S. National Transportation Safety Board. Meanwhile, industry bodies worldwide are considering tighter bird strike mitigation standards, advanced radar systems to detect flock movements in real time, and engine inlet redesigns to better withstand bird impacts. Local environmental experts note that Ahmedabad Airport's recent runway expansions completed in late 2023 encroached on open land, displacing wildlife and increasing bird activity near runways. Dr. Meera Patel, an avian biologist, warns scare tactics alone won't suffice. Regional waste management reforms are essential to keep food sources away from flight paths. The DGCA has issued an airworthiness directive mandating bird strike surveys within a 25-kilometer radius of all Indian airports and requiring airlines to review takeoff performance under varied flap weight and weather conditions. Regulatory authorities are also exploring updates to pilot training, especially simulated multi-threat scenarios during takeoff and initial climb, the most unforgiving phase of flight. As India enters a 3-day national mourning period with flags at half-mast, memorial services are being held in Ahmedabad, Udaipur, and London. Air India has announced financial assistance packages of Rs. 1 million, approximately US $12,000 per fatality, and scholarships for crew's minor children. Corporate donors, NGOs, and charitable foundations have collectively raised over $500 million within 48 hours. This tragedy underscores the razor-thin margin for error in modern aviation. Even with cutting-edge technology, environmental unpredictability, and rare mechanical faults can converge with catastrophic results. As investigators piece together black box data and expert panels sift through mountain-high debris, one thing is certain: the lessons learned from AI171 will reshape global flight safety standards for years to come. We will continue to provide you with verified updates, survivor interviews, and expert analysis as this story develops. From all of us at Worldview Channel 247, we extend our deepest condolences to the families of the departed and wish a speedy recovery to the injured. Thank you for watching.